Hello! Today we are going to cover, does it actually rain a lot in Seattle? I get asked this so many times throughout the months and years. Whenever I'm in any different city, everybody's asking, does it really rain that much in Seattle? So we're going to answer that question today. I'm Cheryl McDermott with Mountain View Realty Group. Thanks for joining me. So today we're going to talk not only about does it rain a lot in Seattle, but we're going to look at how much it rains, when it rains, and the average temperatures, and then how to prepare for that. So let's get in. Yes, the answer is, does it rain a lot? Yes, it does. But it may seem like it's raining more than it is. And I say that, we'll look at the numbers in just a second, but the gray and overcast cloud cover and the short days can make it seem like it's raining or drizzling even more than maybe it is. Now, November, December, we have the shortest days. It's also the rainiest. They're the rainiest months. So we're looking at, on both of those, nearly 6 inches on average in November and in December. So we have a gray sky, short days, so the sun isn't out long anyways. I'm talking like sun setting at 4 o'clock, and then we have this drizzle. Now, the rain is a little bit different. It isn't like downpours. So I have lived in Tucson where we have monsoons, so it only rains, in July, August, and it just torrential downpours. It's not like that. This is a mist. Typically not like that. Sometimes that happens when a storm surge comes in, but not very often. And I was also in Florida, lived in Florida, you guys probably know. And when it rains in Florida, it rains for like an hour, clears up, the sun comes out. It's not like that either. So it doesn't do the torrential downpour. It does more of like a long drawn out mist of rain. So it's a little different, but it can seem like it's going on forever just because it's lasting for those 2 months when the days are shorter and those things. So what do? We typically just act the same as we do without the rain. So we still go out, we still do things. It's a little cooler during these months, so we're inside a little bit more. But for the most part, the rain isn't anything that deters us locals from doing what we want to do. So would you believe, here's a fun fact, that Portland, Oregon actually gets more rain than Seattle, and yet we have the reputation. Can you believe that? Well, it's true, and it is Seattle's reputation for the rain. But as we look at, like we talked about, November, December, that reputation might be well deserved. So, spring and summer come about in Seattle. So spring and summer, here they come. And things start blooming. It starts feeling brighter. The days are getting longer. And the mountain comes out. If you don't know what that means, you need to know before you move here. Mount Rainier is visible from almost everywhere on Western Washington. And when the clouds are here and it's gray and rainy, you cannot see the mountain. So when the mountain is out, we call it party like the mountain's out. So when the mountain is out, when it starts showing up, it's so spectacular and very magical. So it's a big deal for the mountain to be out. And then the fresh smell of spring comes about. There are so many things that bloom here. It's so green. Because of the rain, the forests are green. There's this smell of freshness all the time. The air feels and smells fresh. And the colors of the forest seem more vivid and vibrant. So spring comes and everybody gets super excited. And here comes summer, where our temperatures will rise, right? And it won't be quite as cold. Going back just a second though, in the winter, it really isn't that cold. Our temperatures are very moderate. And so we do get snow sometimes, and I'm talking about this city, I'm not talking about the mountains. We get snow occasionally a little bit, but for the most part, if we do get snow, it melts right away within a day. or 2, maybe just a couple inches. We're at sea level, so at the, at the base. So we don't get a lot of snow, and if we're in the 20s, we're absolutely freezing. Every one of us is so cold. So, we're looking probably more around, you can look at the temp chart that I've included in the blog, but 30s and 40s are kind of our winter temperatures, which is so great. That's why we're able to have rain instead of snow. It's above that freezing level. So many of us will take that over the snow. But when we start feeling the days getting longer and the temperatures rising a little bit, then all of a sudden we're ready to go outside. This is a big thing in our area. We want to go hiking. We want to get on our kayaks. We want to go on our boat. We want to go exploring. We want to go mountain biking. We want to, in the winter, a lot of people do like to ski in the mountains, and that's really, really close. From when I lived in Kirkland, to get to Snoqualmie was 35 minutes. So you can go up there after work even and go skiing. Really, really cool. But so here comes spring and summer. Let's go back to that. And you can smell the plants blooming. You can smell it. You can feel it. It's so magical. And guess what happens to our memory of how gray it was for 2 months? Totally disappears. We cannot remember. We have short-term memory loss. Nobody remembers. Everybody's outside. And in the summer, there is no place more beautiful than Western Washington. It's my opinion, but you got to try it. Check it out for yourself, and I bet you'll agree. So, looking at our Seattle average temperatures by month, our highs for June are right around 70, and our lows are right around 55-ish. And then July is up there where we're like 75. August 75, and September we start going back down. And our coldest month, of course, is December, where our average temperatures are somewhere between 35 and 45. So, and that's about as cold as we get and as warm as we get. We did have, was it this year or the year before, we had temperatures in the 90s for a sustained period of time, and many people were wondering why they didn't have AC. We don't really have air conditioners in our houses here because we don't really need it, because it's so nice and we always have a nice breeze, and it's just such a great environment. I mean, you don't need it. So they were wondering, a lot of people were wondering why we don't have AC. Of course, I'm thinking, open your window. It's really, really pretty outside. Just open the window. But when it happens, which it does occasionally happen, and I can't remember if it was this last summer or the summer, I think it was the summer before that. And we were up in the 90s, and it must have been, we were in the 90s for 5 or 6 days, and it was hot. It was really warm for our area. And because of the humidity, it made it feel even warmer. So we did have that. But typically you're looking at, 75, perfect temperature year round. Well, not year round, in the summer. And then of course we get colder in the winter. So how to prepare for this environment? So pack accordingly. Seattle gets an average of 37 inches of rainfall per year. So it is really important that you pack. Make sure you have your hiking boots. That's most important. And make sure that you have rain gear if you're going to be outside for extended periods of time. So back to invest in good rain gear. Get something you're not going to get drenched in. It's not comfortable. I do have a story about that hiking. I will share it on a different video. Learn to love the rain. We love the rain. So embrace it. Don't let it get you down. Do the inside activities if it's kind of dreary out. And just enjoy the climate. Take advantage of how beautiful it is outside. So when the sun is shining, all of us run outside. There's plenty of opportunities for hiking, biking, boating, kayaking, anything you'd like. If you want to be on the water, if you want to be on land. We also have great diving in the Hood Canal, so that's an option. I personally haven't done it. I'm a warm water diver, but I hear that it's incredible and you can go see the octopus. Just a really fun thing to do. And be prepared for cooler temperatures, okay? So number 5, be prepared for cooler temperatures. Although we have mild temperatures, it can feel cool. It can be kind of cold. So wear layers. get ready to be kind of cooler. And then also wearing layers. If you get kind of wet, it's not a big deal. Take off a layer. Have a jacket on. So overall, we do get our fair share of rain. And it offers a unique and exciting experience for those who are willing to embrace the weather and all that this city has to offer. With its natural beauty, diverse culture, and thriving economy, Seattle is a great place to call home. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me. Have a great night.